Greetings, Dallas, Fort Worth. My name is Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. I played 9 years in the NBA, 6 years with Denver, 2 years with Sacramento, and 1 year with the Grizzlies. Since retiring from the NBA, I've dedicated myself in supporting such causes as the IMMC, the International Museum of Muslim Cultures. I really think that this is an important venture that everyone should be involved in. Growing up in the state of Mississippi, going through the educational system, there was a lot of things that I didn't know. And the older I became, the more I began to read, I started finding out more. For example, the stories of Abdul Rahman in Natchez, Mississippi, that I thought was very compelling. And it disturbed me to know that there was so much out there that I didn't know. Growing up, you had the idea that we had come from jungles and we didn't have civilizations. And to know that during that period of time in Timbuktu and in other areas in Africa, they had civilizations, they had court systems, they had huge cities, they had colleges. You think of individuals such as Mansa Musa, Uthman Dan Fodio, and all of the great things. And when I was asked to chair the IMMC, International Museum of Muslim Cultures, Timbuktu exhibit, I was deeply honored. Why? Because growing up, I didn't know a lot about my history, and I think it's very important for young people, not just young people, but anyone, to understand the history of where they're from. You know, I came involved with this project. Actually, I was traveling through Jackson, Mississippi, and I ended up going to the IMMC, the International Museum of Muslim Cultures, exhibit there, and I was fascinated by what I saw. One of the things that fascinated me was the fact that, you know, studying the history of Africa, and in particular the influence of Islam in Africa, that books was the #1 commodity. And because I think Africans understood the value of knowledge. I know that I left impressed. I know that I left that museum wanting to know more. And I think if it just inspires that in a person, just to come out of a museum having an interest in knowing more. You know, man, I want to know more. That's a plus. You know, that's a huge plus. Because you have so many people now, it seems, just walking the street that could care less, it seems, about the history and don't understand why it's important. You know, that's a part of you. That, I mean, really not knowing that history, like I said before, the lack of information could be devastating. Or the wrong information, misinformation can be devastating. And the fact that I didn't have that, it really, I mean, you're like a walking zombie almost. And you're susceptible to anybody's interpretation of what you are. You know. And I don't want to live like that, and I don't want anybody else to live like that. So for me, you know, that's why I think that this is an important project to support. And I hope that anyone who's listening would want to be a part of this project, even if it's just for that reason. I think this exhibit influences a person's interest. It piques their interest in, look, man, I didn't know this, or I didn't know this, you know, and you come out of it wanting to know. My goal is to help get the word out, hopefully to inspire people to come involved, to get involved with the project, so that we can travel with this exhibition, not just throughout the United States, but globally. Because I think it's worthwhile. People should know. It doesn't matter what race you are. You know, it's for everybody. I would like for you to truly join me in supporting this great cause, whether it's financially, with whatever resources that you have, with your time, and sharing this information with anyone that you may know that is interested. It's a praiseworthy project, because I think everyone should be aware of their history. No one should be deprived of that. I think people suffer when they don't know their true history of themselves.